How do you give feedback when somebody becomes defensive? Watch this video to find out. Constructive feedback is a necessary tool to help people improve, yet it is oftentimes uncomfortable for both the recipient and the deliverer, especially when the recipient becomes upset or defensive. One of the reasons people struggle with criticism is their inability to isolate what is intended from what is unintended. For example, a manager says to an employee,
"Hey, I've noticed that you've been late to work these past few days."
Employee translation,
"Hey, you are overall a bad employee. Nobody likes you, and you're going to get fired really soon."
This example may be a slight exaggeration, but it points out how people will generally take feedback to mean more than is intended, and this leads them to become defensive. The book Crucial Conversations provides a tool which helps the person giving feedback do it in a way that separates what is intended from what is unintended. This tool is called a contrasting statement. It works by making a statement that includes a don't and a do. Here's an example of how to use it with our previous story.
"Hey, I noticed that you have been late to work these past few days."
Well, I'm not the only person who's come in late, you know. I've been putting in a lot of extra hours at home, and nobody gives me any credit.
"I don't want you to think that I don't recognize and appreciate all of your hard work on the project. The work you have done is fantastic. However, I do want you to understand the company's policy on attendance and make sure that we're setting you up for success."
Notice how by separating the don't from the do, the manager is able to help the employee focus on the single issue of tardiness and is also able to give him some positive feedback as well. Here's another example. An employee has a tendency to always be the first to speak up in meetings and has been perceived by some as a know-it-all. The manager has decided she needs to talk to the employee about the issue.
So I'd like to talk to you about something I have noticed at our group meetings.
I know, I talk too much. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking.
I don't want you to think that you need to stop talking. I appreciate your high level of engagement and your enthusiasm about sharing your ideas and finding solutions. Can we discuss how to find balance between sharing your ideas and allowing others to share as well?
In this example, the manager was able to begin a conversation about the feedback that needs to be addressed in a positive manner. Let's take a look at an example outside of the workplace. A dad notices his daughter is spending a lot of time texting her friends, especially during visits from grandparents. This seems to be hurting the grandparents' feelings.
"I've noticed that you spend a lot of time texting while Grandma and Grandpa are here."
Great, now you have one more reason to take away my phone.
"I don't want to take away your phone. I think it's fine for you to socialize with your friends when appropriate. I do want you to be sensitive to the impact it may have on your grandparents while they are here."
Giving feedback can be difficult and at times may cause people to blow up. By using the contrasting statement tool, you can be more effective at giving clear and concise feedback. 48-hour challenge. Practice using the contrasting statement tool with your friends and coworkers. Be sure to point out what you don't want them to think and what you do want them to understand. This less than 3-minute learning is from the Crucial Conversations Book Club. Visit the Learning and Development Connect site to view class offerings.